Hello children. So welcome to AIMS India's online classes. Today from math subject real numbers topic we are going to continue. So in today's video we are going to solve some questions so that it will be useful for your tomorrow's exam, Sunday's exam. So the first question is, choose the terminating decimal. Choose the terminating decimal. So choose the terminating decimal. 4 options are there. A, B, C, D. 4 options are there. So what is the correct answer? How to find terminating decimal? In the rational number, we have to see the denominator part. If it is expressed in terms of factors like 2 power m, 5 power s, then it will be considered as a terminating decimal. If it has factors other than 2 and 5, if there is any other factor, so then it is a non-terminating repeating decimal. So let's see with 1000. How to represent 1000? We can represent 2 into 500. Again 2 into 500 means 2 into 250. 2 into 250. Again 250 means 2 into 250. How to write? 2 into 125. 2 into 125. So 125 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5. So we have 3 2s, 3 5s in the prime factorization of denominator, which is 1000. So it is having all 2s and 5s in its factors place. So that's why A option will be an example of terminating decimal. Here 30 means we can write 3 into 10. Again 10 means 2 into 5. 3 into 2 into 5. Here along with 2 and 5 we have other factor which is 3. So it is not a terminating decimal. 90 also 3 will be there. 343 also 3 will be there. So only A option is the correct answer, because in its denominator place it is having factors in terms of only 2s and 5s. Okay children, A is the correct answer. Next, question number 2. Find the number which when divided by 43 leaves a remainder of 32, gives a quotient of 25. Gives a quotient of 25. So we have to find the number. Means let the number be x. Let the number be x. Means we are dividing the number x. Means x is the dividend. Let's see options here. A, B, C, D options are there. So we are dividing x means x will be considered as the dividend. Actually, according to division rule, what we have? Dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Or sometimes A equal to sometimes instead of D, what we will take? We will take B. A equal to BQ plus R. A equal to BQ plus R, where A is the dividend, B is the divisor, Q is the quotient, R is the remainder. Okay, like that. So dividend we don't know. Let us keep it x. What is divisor? We are dividing with 43. Divisor is 43 into what is the quotient? Quotient is 25 plus what is the remainder? Remainder is 32. So x equal to 25 3 times are 75. 7 is remaining. 25 4 times are 100 plus 7 107. 107 plus 32. 107 plus 32. If we add means x equal to what we will get children? 5 plus 2 7. Tens place 7 plus 3 10. hundreds place. 0 plus 1, 1, 11. 1100, 7. 1107. 1107. Okay, children. What is the correct answer? 107. Sorry, 1107. Okay. Means with the help of division rule or with the help of Euclid division lemma, because it is in the form of Euclid division lemma. With the help of Euclid division lemma, we have proved, we have find out the required number. Okay. Next. Third question. What number must 1789 be divided to get quotient 29 and remainder 49? Means here they have somewhat they have changed the question. What number must 1789 be divided? Means we are dividing 1789 number, but they are asking by what number? By what number? Means dividend we know, divisor we have to find. Divisor we have to find such that quotient will be 29, remainder will be 49. So according to Euclid division lemma, what is the general form? A equal to BQ plus R. BQ plus R, where A is the dividend, B is the divisor, Q is the quotient, R is the remainder. What is the dividend here? Dividend is 1789. It is given in the question. What is the divisor? We don't know, because they are asking by what number must be divided. Let it be X into what is the quotient? 29. What is the quotient? 29. 29 here. Plus what is the remainder? Remainder is 49. Remainder is 49. We have to find the value of X. So let's take plus 49 this side. So what does it will become? X into 29. We will write it separate. Equals to 1789 plus 49 comes this side, means minus 49, which is equal to 9 minus 9, 0. From 0, 4 we cannot remove. We have to take 1 borrow. From 10, 4 goes, means 6. Here 6 will be remaining. So 1660. What is it here? 1660 we are getting. So here, sorry children, 1789 here. 1789 means 9. 1 minute children. 1789 minus 49. How much? 1740. 1740. Okay. Now X into 29 equal to 1740. So then what about X? 1740. 1740. This 29 will go that side. So it will become by 29. By 29. Okay. 29 6 times are 6 9s are 54. 6 2s are 12 plus 5 17. So 29 6 times are 174. 29 0 times are 0. So what will be remaining? 60 is the answer. So in the place of B, 60 should be there. So our divisor is 60. Our divisor is 60. 60 is the correct answer. Next. Question number 4, children. So what is the LCM of 140 and 605 if their HCF is capital H? If their HCF is capital H. So their HCF they have given capital H. Then what is the LCM they are asking? We know the relationship between two numbers and their LCM and HCF. So what is the relation? LCM and HCF, the product is equal to product of first number and second number. Product of first number and second number. Here what is the LCM? We don't know. L we have to find. What is the HCF? It is capital H. Capital H, they have given capital H only. Let LCM be X. Let LCM be X. What is X? One number. 140 we can take. What is Y? Another number. 605 we can take. 605 we can take. Now what is the value of x? This h will go that side. So 140 into 605. So 140 into 605 by h. So let's multiply with 140, or 605 we can multiply with 14. What we will get? 14 5s are 70. 10. We will keep 7 is remaining. 14 0 times are 0 plus 7. 7 will come. 14 6 are 84. 84 will come. But we have multiplied with 14. But actual number is 140. 1 0 extra is there. We can keep here. 84,700 by h. 84,700 by h. So what is the answer, children? C option. 84,700 by h. Next, question number 5. So 910 blue pens. So 1001 red pens are distributed to students of class 10th such that each student gets the same number of pens of each kind. Same number of pens of each kind. What is the maximum strength of the class they are asking? What is the maximum strength of class they are asking? So here they are telling 910 blue pens are there, 1001 red pens are there. Let take them as A and B. Let take them as A and B. Let take them as A and B. They are distributed to students of class 10th so that each student gets the same number of pens. So the number of pens got by each student is same. So let it be Q. Let it be Q. Let us take it with another variable Q. So what is the maximum strength of class? They are asking maximum strength of class. So we have some numbers like 910, 1001 is there. We have distributed same number. Means each student got same number of pens, means all pens are distributed. Nothing is left. After distribution, the remainder is 0. After distribution, the remainder is 0. If we apply Euclid division lemma to this problem, so what we can write? Here two numbers 910, 1001 is there. Let's take bigger number as A, smaller number as B. Actually, we have to find their HCF, highest common factor, so that according to that number we can divide. So here, but let us solve with the Euclid division lemma. So here, let's take bigger number as what is Euclid division lemma? A equal to BQ plus R. A equal to BQ plus R. BQ plus R. Suppose if I take dividend as 1001, divisor as 910, then 1001 with 910, how many times we will get? We will get cancel. 910 ones are 910. So 1 minus 0, 1. From 0 we cannot remove 1. We can borrow. From 10, 1 goes means 9. 91 will come. Okay. So what is remaining? Into one time we are multiplying. We will get remainder 91. we will get remainder 91. Next, if I take 910 here, 910 as, because according to Euclid division algorithm, we can continue the step. We can continue Euclid division lemma until we get 0. Or like this, with the 91, if this 910 comes here, so 91 10 times are 910, 0. Means when we have divided with the 91, the remainder is 0. So the HCF is 91. The HCF is 91. The HCF is 91. 91 is the answer, like that we can tell. Or according to Euclid division lemma also, here 910 if we take, this 91 remainder will become the divisor into, we can multiply with 10 times, then remainder will be 0. So 91 is the HCF. 91 is the HCF. So we have to distribute in equal manner, means the strength, maximum strength of the class will be 91. Maximum strength of the class should be 91. Okay. Next. Okay, children. Next question. Books in a library are stacked in such a way, means kept in groups, stacked in or arranged in groups, stacked in such a way that they are stored subject wise and the stacks are of the same size. If there are 144 geography books, 384 history books, 240 economic books in the library, in how many stacks can the books be arranged? Means we have to find in how many groups they are arranged, but how they are stacked subject wise, and each stack size is same. Number of stacks may be different. Geography may be arranged in 4 lines, economics may be arranged in 6 lines, like that. Number of stocks may be different, but but the size, the number of books in one stock is equal to other one. So like that they have arranged. So we have to find the number of stocks. So we have to find HCF first. HCF of the given numbers. If you do the HCF in regular method, the HCF will be 48. For these numbers, 3 numbers, HCF is 48. So first you can take 2 bigger numbers, you can find their HCM. Then with smaller number, you can find the HCM of 3 numbers. If you do like that, answer is 48. Now 144 means 48 for each stack 48 books we have to keep. So geography means 48 plus 48, 96 plus 48, 144. So geography can be kept in 3 stacks. So each of them is having 48 books. In the same way, history 384 means 384 divided by 48. So what we will get? 8 stacks. 8 stacks we will get. Here geography 3 stacks, history 8 stacks, economics 240 books are there, means 240 divided by 48, we will get 5 stacks. So like this, 3 plus 8 plus 5. So altogether how much? 3 plus 8, 11, 11 plus 5, 16. So how many children? We can arrange in 16 stacks. We can arrange in 16 lines. 16 lines, so that each line or each stack will be having 48 books. Each stack will be having 48 books. Okay children, next. So what is the LCM of 6 by 14 and 2 by 17? So here LCM of fractions. Up to now we know how to do LCM of normal numbers, but here they are asking LCM of fractions. How to find LCM of fractions? LCM of numerators by HCF of denominators. HCF of denominators. If we do like this, this coefficient will be considered as LCM of fractions. LCM of fractions. Okay. So LCM of fractions means for numerators, LCM we have to take. For denominators, HCF we have to take. We have to keep LCM over HCF. Then we will get the answer. Here the LCM of 6 and 2. LCM of 6 and 2 is 6. LCM of 6 and 2 is 6 only. HCF of 7 and 14 will be 7, because if we divide 14 with 7, 7 2 times 14, we will get 0. So 7 is the HCF. So what is the answer, children? 6 by 7. 6 by 7 is the correct answer. LCM of the given rational numbers. Next, question number 8. So which of the following is an incorrect statement? So we have 4 statements here. In that 4 statements, which is incorrect, that we have to find. So here root A, irrational number. Root A plus root B is an irrational number. So root AB means root of A into root of B is also an irrational number. They are telling it is also an irrational number. It is also an irrational number. Okay, like that they are telling. Suppose here root A. Suppose if we have 2, root 2, root 5. If we have root 2, root 5, then root 2 is a irrational number plus root 5 is a irrational number. Their sum also will be a irrational number. So, okay, irrational number. But what about their product root 2 into root 5? What it will become? Root 10. Root 10 means how to write it again? We can write it as root 2 into root 5 only, where both are irrational numbers. Their product is also irrational number. Okay, this statement is correct, but they are asking incorrect statement. So this statement is correct. So next, the reciprocal of an irrational number is always a irrational number. Root 2 is a irrational number. Means we can write root 2 by 1, whose reciprocal is 1 by root 2. It is also an irrational number. This is also correct statement. So there are infinitely many rational numbers between two irrational numbers. Yes, it is true, because between root 2 and root 3, we can write so many rational numbers. This statement is also true. Next, 7 into 13 plus 13 is a prime number. 7 into 13 how much? 91 plus 13. 91 plus 13. So what we will get? 104. 104 is not a prime number, but they gave it is a prime number. This is the incorrect statement. So ABC are correct statements. So they are not the answers. D is the incorrect statement. So the correct option is D, children. So next, question number 9. So which of the following is true for two co-prime numbers? For two co-prime numbers. So when they are said to be co-prime, they have factor only 1. They have only one common factor, which is 1. There should be no other common factor other than 1. So they have only one common factor. That will be the highest. That will be the highest. Why it is highest? Because there is no other factor other than 1. So which one is true means their HCF is 1. Their highest common factor is 1. So that is the correct answer, children. Next, the difference of LCM and HCF of 210 and 55 is expressed as this one, this expression. So what is the value of y cube? They give difference of LCM and HCF. Difference of LCM and HCF, they give, we have to find this value, y value, and then y cube. So what is the HCF? Given number 55 and 210. So what we can take 55 3 times there, 3 5 times 15, 165. What we will get here? 45 means here 55, 45 1 times 45, again 10 will be remaining, 45 will come this side, 10 4s are 40, 5 will be remaining, 10 we will take this side, 5 2 times 10. Means when we are dividing with 5, remainder is 0. So 5 is the HCF. 5 is the HCF. But what we know, LCM into HCF equal to first number into second number. That we know. Here LCM, let us take it as X. HCF how much? 5. What is the first number? First number 210. What is the second number? 55. Now what will be the value of X? 210 into 55 by this 5 will come down by 5. 5 11s are 55. 210 into 11. 11 0 times 11. 11 1 is 11. 1 will be remaining. 11 2 is 22 plus 1. 2310. This is the LCM value. 2310 is the LCM value and 5 is the HCF value. 5 is the HCF value. Now what they are asking? What the clue they have given? The difference of HCF and LCM. What they have given? The difference of HCF and LCM is equal to this one. Means 210 into X plus 55 Y equal to difference of LCM and HCF. Means 2310 minus 5. 2310 minus 5. So let us multiply this one and take to that side. So here we will be having 55 Y equal to 2310 minus 5 means 2305 minus this multiplication. 6 zeros are 0, 6 1 is 6, 6 2 is 12, 1260. So here Y equal to 2305 minus 1260, 5 minus 0, 5. We cannot subtract 6 from 0. We will borrow 1. 10 minus 6, 4. 2 will be remaining. 2 minus 2, 0. 2 minus 1, 1. 1045 by 55. 1045 by 55. 1045 by 55. Approximately how many times, children? 55 1 times are 55. 55 1 times are 55. So what will be remaining here? What will be remaining here? So 49. What will be remaining? 49. 495. 495. 495 means how many times? 495. 55 how many times? 9 times. 55 9 times 495. So this number after cancellation we will get 19. Y value is 19. Y value is 19. But they are asking Y cube value. Y cube value means 19 into 19 into 19. If you multiply, what will be the answer, children? 6859 will be the correct answer. 6859. Okay. Next. So choose the method. Choose the method that can be used to find HCF. First one, Euclid division lemma, correct. Prime factorization, correct. Division of numbers, correct. Product of numbers, wrong. We have three methods. Either we can write in the form of A equal to BQ plus R according to Euclid division lemma, or we can take okay, children. Let's see another question. A positive number n when divided by 8 leaves a remainder 5. This is first statement. Now, what is the remainder when 2n plus 4 is divided by 8? 2n plus 4 is divided by 8. So, according to Euclid division lemma, A equal to BQ plus R. So, means dividend n equal to divisor 8 into quotient we don't know, remainder 5. This we can write according to the first statement. Now they are asking what will be the remainder when 2n plus 4 is divided by 8. Now in the place of n we need 2n plus 4, means we have to multiply with 2 and we have to add 4. First let's multiply with 2, means 8 into q plus 5 to be multiplied with 2 and then 4 to be added, 2 into 8 16q plus 2 5 times 10 plus 4. So what we will get? 16q, 10 plus 4, 14. But we need 8, quotient to be 8. So what we can write? 16q plus 14 is there. 16, how to write in terms of 8? We can write 8 into 2q. 8 into 2q plus 14, how to write? We can write 8 plus 6 because we need divisor in the form of 8. So we are writing in terms of 8. If I take 8 as common, from these two, here 2q will be remaining plus 8 one time, 8 will be remaining, plus 6 we can write separate. So 8 is the divisor, 2q plus 1 is the quotient, 6 is the remainder. Now they are asking what will be the remainder. So answer 6 is the remainder. Okay, children, let's see another question. The remainder when a number is divisible by 143 is 31. So what is the remainder when the same number is divisible by 11? So according to Euclid division lemma, we can write A equal to BQ plus R. Here we don't know the number. Let it be A divided by 143, means divisor is 143. Quotient also not given. Let it be Q. Remainder is 31. So now A equal to this much. So this is the number. Now what they are asking, when the same number is divided by 11, what is the remainder? Now let's take this as the number. What is the number? 143 into Q plus 31. Now this is the number. This we have to write in terms of 11. So that we can find the remainder. So 143, how to write in terms of 11? So 11 into 13 we can write. 11 into 13 into Q. 11 into 13 into Q. 31. How to write in terms of 11? 11 into 2. How much? 26. Plus 6 we can write. 11 into 2 plus 6 we can write. Okay. Now, from these two, 11 if I take common, here 13 into Q, 13Q will be remaining, plus 11 if I take common, here 2 will be remaining. These two, from these two 11 I have to take common, plus 6 we can keep, sorry children, here 11 2s are 22 plus 9, 31. Okay, so 9 is remaining separate. 11 we have taken common, this is remaining, 9 is remaining separate. So 11 is the divisor. The number or expression which is in the brackets, it is the quotient, and plus 9 is the remainder. So in this way we can find the answer. 9 is the correct answer. So okay children, next. 3 ropes, 7 meter, 12 meter 95 centimeter, 3 meter 85 centimeter, 3 meter 85 centimeter. So what is the greatest possible length which can be used to measure the ropes? So we have to find greatest possible value, which can be used to measure the ropes. So here let's first change them into same units. 7 meters means 700 centimeters we can write. 12 meter 95 centimeter means 1200 centimeter plus 95 means 1295 centimeter. Next 3 meter 85 centimeter. So what we can write? 385 centimeter. 385 centimeter. 385 centimeter. So if we take their HCF, so the value will be 35 centimeter. The value will be 35 centimeter. Okay. So the greatest possible length. So if we take a rope of 35 centimeter, we can measure, consider length of 35 centimeter, we can measure all the 3 ropes without any remaining length exactly with that 35 centimeter length. Next. 3 bulbs are connected in such a manner that they glow for every 24 seconds, 36 seconds, 54 seconds. All of them glow at once at 8 am. When will they again glow simultaneously? Glow simultaneously. So here you may get confusion when to find LCM or when to find HCF. Like that you may be getting confusion. Now what they are asking here, they will glow they will glow all at a time at 8 am. After that, at what time they will glow simultaneously? So they may glow simultaneously after some time, first case, after some more time, second case, after some more time, third case. Like that so many cases may be possible. But what they are asking, after 8 am, in which case they will glow continuously? Means out of so many cases, the first case we have to consider. So least common multiple we have to consider for these 3 numbers. Okay, for these 3 numbers. But for previous question, what they have asked, greatest possible length they have asked. Means with 1 centimeter also we can measure them exactly. With 5 centimeter also we can measure them exactly. But what they are asking, greatest possible length, means with 35 centimeter we can measure them exactly. That will be the greatest. After that, with any other length we cannot measure. So according to the given condition, we have to cross check whether we have to find HCF or we have to find LCM. So in this case we have to find LCM. LCM of 3 numbers, 24, 36, 54. So if you find the LCM, it will be around 216 seconds. 216 seconds. Because the given values are seconds, so that's why 216 seconds. Means 1 minute will have 60 seconds. So what we can write? 180 seconds plus 36 seconds. Or 3 minutes plus 36 seconds. So after 8 am, they will glow simultaneously at 8 am, 3 minutes, 36 seconds. Okay, B option is the correct answer. Okay children, like that some more questions are there. You can note down the questions. Question number 16, question number 17, question number 18, question number 19, question number 20. You can pause the video and you can note down the questions. You can try answers for them. Okay children, that's all for today. So thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for latest updates. Thank you children. Have a good day.